smile.
Netflix's second instalment into the Marvel Universe brings us Jessica Jones. Following the universal praise and success of Daredevil, Netflix are just getting started in what looks to be a very long list of projects. And if they're all as good as these two shows, I say keep 'em coming. Kristen Ritter, who plays our title character, definitely fits the role. Other characters such as Trish, Malcolm and Luke, more on him later, are all very good casting choices as well. But without a shadow of a doubt, the standout character and the man who steals the show is David Tennant as Kilgrave. The setup for the villain was marvellous, but it was totally amplified by a magnificent performance on David Tennant's behalf. He was my favourite part of this show. Now, I'll be the first to tell you, I am not clued up fully on the Marvel Universe. I might know a bit here and there, but going into this show I had no idea who Jessica Jones was, or that she had powers and abilities. All I knew is that this character was entering the same world as Matt Murdock's Daredevil, which I thought was one of the best shows in 2015. There's little hints here and there in the beginning that Jessica was more than she first seemed, but when she can jump the height of a wall and lift up a car with little to no effort, it was pretty much confirmed. Now, Jessica Jones is a dark show. It's unsettling, bleak, grim. It delves much deeper into the psychological side of things. And considering that there is nowhere near as much fighting and combat because she isn't a trained specialist, it made sense. And it worked from start to finish. And it was quite full on from time to time. Content wise, it is adult. There is a lot of sex in the first couple of episodes near the beginning. And in terms of R-rated violence with Kilgrave forcing his victims to commit horrific acts, it just seemed to get worse and worse as the episodes went by. One of the worst, in fact, was Kilgrave ordering a captive to remove his father from the face of the earth. Oh, and there was a blender nearby. Yeah, that one was up there for sure. Now, the first episode gets off to a great start. We follow Jessica, who works as a private investigator, a PI, as a job drops at her doorstep regarding a missing girl called Hope Schlottman. She takes the job, thinking nothing of it at first of the referral to how it arrived at her feet. But as she digs deeper into the case, a lot of eerie similarities begin to surface. She recognises what is going on and is able to track down Hope. Now, that there was an incline that something happened to Jessica very similar not that long ago, and it was with that knowledge that enabled her to find Hope so quickly. She never wanted to be a hero. She tried that gig once and it didn't end so well. She says that on multiple occasions throughout the show, but the satisfaction and sense of a personal victory over Kilgrave by saving Hope had to be sweet. But it all ended in disaster. With the time passed, she thought that the effects from Kilgrave's control had worn off. But as Hope stepped into the elevator with her parents, Jessica came to a sudden realisation. And then it was too late. Kilgrave had retook control of Hope's mind and had her shoot her parents dead on the spot. Jessica was helpless. She frantically ran down the stairs in desperation to find them still alive. But no chance. Once again, Hope's mind was completely gone. She was to be locked up, and Kilgrave reminded her of the damage that he was capable of. And that there set the tone, and overall, the story for the season. Jessica was relentless and intent on proving Hope's innocence, all whilst attempting to finally rid herself of her own demon. And her demon was Kilgrave. Now again, David Tennant puts in a masterful performance as our villain. You don't see much of him in the first few episodes, but towards the middle, many of them are dedicated fully to his character. He is obsessed with Jessica. He loves her and is fully committed on making her feel the same way. His powers are immense. Mind control. Whatever he tells you to do, you do it. Whether it be making him a sandwich or to jump off a building, you do it without question. A frightening power.
Cut!
fight your heart out, Dad! Put it in your skull, Patsy.
Now, as I mentioned, Kristen Ritter fits the role of our main character very well. She brings out the rough edges in Jessica's character, and because of the horrible events that have happened to her in the past, she pushes people who she's close to as far away as she can. Her supporting cast is backed up by an impressive performance from Rachel Taylor as Jessica's best friend, Trish Patsy Walker. Their friendship acts as a sort of anchor for Jessica, and the two actresses showcase their bond together extremely well. Carrie-Anne Moss puts in a cold-hearted, steely performance as Jerry. At times, in truth, Jerry's part as a lawyer felt a little disconnected from the main story, but towards the end, after some foundations that were laid early on, such as Jerry taking the fetus, were rewarded when the story tied together and came about full circle, at least on some partial level. Hope is a character that may be often overlooked, but she was central to this season. Actress Erin Moriarty conveyed her vulnerabilities right on point, and it really strived for you to see her win at the end of the day, which was why it was another gut punch, and a big one, when Hope took her own life to give Jessica no other reason to keep Kilgrave alive. The scene was heartbreaking, but it gave Jessica her endgame. Kilgrave had to die. Elsewhere in the cast, Malcolm was great, and I mean, well, in truth, I can't really point the finger at one character I did not like. Well, apart from the one character which I think we were all supposed to not like, which was Robin. God, she was annoying. I mean, she was supposed to be, but my God, she really was annoying. And last up, we have Mike Colter as Luke Cage. Again, I have no previous knowledge to this other Marvel Universe character, but I can buy him as a man with unbreakable skin. The guy is a tank. And thanks to the success I feel which came with introducing his character alongside Jessica Jones, I look forward to seeing where his solo TV show takes us when it debuts.
Surprise!
My overall verdict for the first season of Jessica Jones is a strong 8 out of 10. It's intense, dark, and at times downright unsettling, and it has a great cast throughout the spine of the show. Jessica's struggle and perseverance as a flawed woman shows that in this world she is able to make a difference. The show is intelligent, its visuals are great, and off the top of my head I can think of a number of episodes which really stood out. My personal favourite is episode 9, Sin Bin. The high stakes environment that we had with Kilgrave and his parents took a seriously dark turn. Many of the characters were there to witness Kilgrave fully harness his power and abilities. You knew something was going to go wrong, but that final closing segment was one of the best in the whole season. And it was also where Jessica discovered she had become immune to Kilgrave's control, and that she had found his weakness. It was great stuff to watch. Other notable episodes were episode 5, where Jessica and co tried to capture Kilgrave, episode 7, where Kilgrave held up an entire police precinct in order to get Jessica out of going to Supermax, in which David Tennant really did shine in that scene. Episode 8 began with Kilgrave's psychological duel with Jessica face to face in none other than her childhood home. And of course, both the penultimate episode and season finale are up there as well. Luke vs Jessica in the former was done really well. Jessica even brought up the fact that Kilgrave may have given him orders beyond of him blowing up his bar, but once that was dismissed, you thought the end of it. That was until Luke stepped in to defend Kilgrave, as he ordered Luke to kill Jessica. Their fight was brutal, as Luke was relentless in his task, fighting through doors, hell, walls, only pausing on occasion as he tried to fight for control. But it was not enough. Jessica had to resort to reluctantly shooting him with a shotgun. Not the ideal way to do it, but I suppose it was a good way to give a crossover appearance to Nurse Claire Temple, who of course featured in Daredevil. It was nice to see a little teaser of a crossover here, knowing what may be in store in the future. So, the finale. The final showdown between an empowered Kilgrave against Jessica resulted in her triumph. Kilgrave had to die, and to trick him into thinking his enhanced powers was enough to take control of her mind once again was a satisfying way for her to do it. Her I love you moment to Trish was great, just before snapping the life out of Kilgrave for good. His character wasn't set up to be around for multiple seasons, so you sort of knew it would be the end for him. Which left us to ponder where Season 2 could take us. I've been saving talking about this until now, but of course we have Simpson, because by the looks of it, that is the way we may be going. Simpson was alive when Kozlov took him away. He went from being a victim of Kilgrave to a lover of Trish to downright murdering Detective Clemens when he was enraged. Those pills he takes clearly have an effect on him. At first you felt sympathy for the guy, but in the end, it was just pure disgust. And with him still being alive, and both Jessica and Trish looking into the same IGH research group who funded her care after her accident, it looks like we won't have seen the last of Officer Simpson. I wasn't sure what to expect when I started this show, but on leaving, I am even more engrossed into the universe that is being built. I am now looking forward to seeing Luke Cage's show. Daredevil Season 2 is right round the corner and I cannot wait for that. The Defenders I believe will be out sometime in the near future, and I'm still really hoping for a full pickup for a Punisher show of its own. Netflix and Marvel, thus far, are one hell of a pairing. Thank you very much for watching this review. If you've enjoyed it, please leave a like, comment and subscribe. For those also interested in my other Marvel Netflix series such as my Daredevil reviews, I'll leave a link down in the comments. Again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
Maybe it's enough that the world thinks I'm a hero. Maybe if I work long and hard, maybe I can fool myself.